Okay, so we are going to continue discussing how to master text as a Buddhist, part 2. So we are going to discuss about how in Buddhism we do our focus. Okay, so we're going to do a lot of practice. You see a picture and you're going to take a look at it and try to memorize this picture. Now close your eyes and try to recall that image in your mind. Now open your eyes. How many of you recall that image vividly? Look at the picture again. Was it very clear like what you were seeing with your naked eye? Or was it blurry? Or you didn't recall anything? Yeah? You saw everything? Okay. How many of you recall how many flowers are here? How many of you recall the Folsom Lake, California here? Good. How many of you recall how many islands are here? So we call it, Western world call it photography memory, right? So that needs a lot of practice. Some of you are born with it, okay? We have different level of photography memory. I have a friend in medical school. We were studying anatomy. And anatomy, we've got to look at different sections of the body, different tissues, different nerves, okay? He has a very good photography memory. He looks at it, close your eyes. Oh, there are 3 strings of muscles on that arm. And that one string is a little smaller than the middle one. And that connects between this bone and that bone. Okay, so some people are just born with it, but very few. A lot of us need to do practice to recall. So if you're born with it, great. If you're not born with it, that's okay. You just need to practice. But having photography memory helps you quite a lot in studying and focusing. Okay, so I have another friend who does not understand anything what is written in that sheet of paper, but he can close his eyes and write everything back. Okay, so, but a lot of us are not gifted like that. If you're gifted like that, that's great. If you're not gifted, you're normal. You just need some practice. Definitely, definitely. Okay, so now in Buddhism, we can train that. That kind of photography memory is called nimitta. We Burmese call it nimitta. Okay, nimitta. The first one is called parikama nimitta or parikama nimitta. Parikama nimitta is a very weak image, like a lot of us, okay? You just look at the Folsom Lake picture. You close your eyes. You see there's an image. There's a body of water. There's some islands. There's a little thing underneath at the corner, yellow something, some words, okay? The picture is very blurry. Now, that is called what we call preparatory image or weak image. Okay, that's what a lot of people have. You don't really need too much training for that. Okay, and after a while, it goes away. Okay, then you're gonna open it, look at the picture again. Now, once you don't have to open it again to look at the picture. You continuously see that picture, but blurry. That is called pre-com animated. Ever happened to you? No?
Yeah.
It's a type of photography memory, right? So maybe it hasn't happened to you yet. One day away, right? You fall in love with the girl. Her pictures, even though you have seen her only once. Everywhere you look at it, you see her. Or a boy. Everywhere you look at it, you see that boy, right? Okay, but that's not clear. Oh, looks like that boy, that cute boy. So that is the preparatory image. Now, next one is a little stronger, called Ogaha Nimeda. Okay, it is an acquired sign. Now over here, it is very weak that quite often you need to open your eyes and look at it again, right? Just like you first got a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you have his or her picture on the phone. You look at it every two minutes, okay? Now you close your eyes and you see him, but go away, you look at it again, all right? That's the very first one. Now, Ogaha Nimeda meaning acquire sign. You acquired it. You don't need to look at that picture anymore, okay? Everywhere you see, oh, I see my wife there. My wife's there. My wife's there, okay? But not that clear, okay? That is unclear image here. That is the Ogaha Nimeda, right? Now, because you focus so much that when you get to this Petit Baga Nimeda, it's called counterpart sign. It is very bright and crisp and clear image. Okay, it is so good that it is neighborhood or close to the first stage of jhana, right? We discussed about jhana before, right? So the first level is close to first level of jhana. Now this level is very difficult to get. You need a lot of practice, right? So for example, if you look at this Folsom Lake, if you have to open your eyes again and again so that you remember this image, then that's somewhat pre-com animated. You don't have to open and look at it anymore, and every time you close, you see that picture, but not too clear. That is the Ogaha Nimeda. Everywhere you look at it, that picture is really crisp and bright and very clear. That is the Petit Baga Nimeda. Okay, yeah. That's correct. Yeah. So repeat after me. You need to familiar with these Pali words. Parikama Nimeda. Ogaha Nimeda. Petit Baga Nimeda. Let's recite it 3 times. Parikama Nimeda. Ogaha Nimeda. Petit Baga Nimeda. Parikama Nimeda. Ogaha Nimeda. Petit Baga Nimeda. Parikama Nimeda. Ogaha Nimeda. Petit Baga Nimeda. So that's the theory background. How do we do that? All right. So how do Buddhists do it? How do we meditate to get these nimates? Okay. So Parikama is from Parikama to Ogaha, so blurry, become a little clearer. Not crisp clear yet, right? So how do we do that? Normally, well, this look like an oval, but it should be a circle. It's a circle because of the projector, it looks like an oval. So we make an oval, not oval, I'm sorry, circle. It has to be circle, right? White circle, okay? Now let's try it, okay? Put yourself into meditative posture. Keep your back straight. You don't have to crisscross your leg. You can keep your feet flat on the floor, okay? Keep your back straight. Now, focus on this white circle. Okay? Try to visualize it in your mind. Then close your eyes. Try to visualize that circle. Now, if that goes away, open your eyes and look at it again. Some of you, you don't have to open it again anymore. You got it right away. Some of you, initially you get it, then it goes away after about a minute or so. Then open it. Look at it again. Okay? Don't recite white circle, white circle, white circle, or white, white, white. All right? What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to visualize that image in your mind. Okay? So for some of you, it will go away. That's completely normal. You open your eyes again, look at it again, make sure it doesn't go away. All right. Now, for about 3 to 5 minutes, it just doesn't go away, and you still continue to see it without needing to open your eyes. Then you're doing a good job. Okay? So let's open your eyes. Okay. How many of you got it without needing to open your eyes again ever? Few of you. Good. Okay. So now you practice that to a point that for about 30 minutes, you don't need to open your eyes. You still see that image in your mind. You can visualize it, and it usually will be a little blurry like this. Okay. But if you keep on practicing, you visualize that image. Even if you open your eyes, you'll see that on the wall. Okay. Now that will become Parikamatu. What? The second one is Okaha. Right. Now, if you keep on practicing more, it will become really crisp and bright. So bright to a point that there is a big spotlight right into your eyes that you even tears. Now that will be the highest level, which is, what is that? How do you call the highest level? Petit Baga. Okay. So that's what we want. So for us to meditate, even Anapana, okay, we need to get to that level. Okay, from here to here to here. All right. So now we're going to look at a video clip of Charlie Chaplin. And what I want you to do is, at the end of the clip, you should have the answer for these questions. What knee meter did Charlie get to in this movie? How do you know that? What is the difference between his knee meter and that of a Buddhist meditator? Okay, so let's enjoy the video clip.
Section 5, give it the limit.
All right. So did you get the answers?
Yeah.
So what nanometer did Charlie get to in this movie? What do you think? The
I
second
didn't
one?
really understand it.
The first one, the second one, third one, or none? What do you think? None? Raise your hand if you think he got the third one.
I don't really understand the movie.
You don't really understand? Okay, it's on, that's fine. So you did third one. Okay, if you think he got to the second, raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand if you think he got to the first one. Okay, all right. So those of you who said first or second or third, how do you know? Tell me, what's the reason? Why do you think that he got some nanometer? Yes, Win?
Well, you said it in about 20 minutes ago. You said third one, I don't want to die. He said that you'll start to see it everywhere. Like he starts to talk everywhere. And that's there. Just evidence.
Okay, so Wayne said he got third one because Charlie was seeing everywhere. But what is he seeing? The nuts, right? So he was seeing nuts everywhere, right? Okay, why did you say first one? Second one.
The same reason, but I thought you said it was because the second one.
Because second one? But why did you say first one? You forget? Okay, so now let's look at it again. So when we look at the circle, okay, if you need to open again and again and look at it, but if you close your eyes, you still see that. And now very soon you don't need to look at it anymore. You still see that, but if you open it, it's gone, right? That's the first one, right? Second one, you still see it even though your eyes open, but it is not there. So the correct answer is he got the second nanometer. What's the name? Ogaha, right? So he was required to tighten that nut, right? So the movie was shot in when? 1935. What was 1935? What kind of era was 1935 all over the world, especially in the United States?
Great Depression.
Great Depression. So how did we get out of Great Depression? With the industry, right? So everybody has to be in the industry. So what did Charlie have to do? So the industry, they're trying to missionize the industry. All he did was, he was asked by his boss, all he has to do is just tighten the nuts like this, right? So because he was slow, his boss come and do quick, faster. So all he is doing is this. So he has to do it 8 hours a day, day in and day out. Now, after a while, what happens? What do you see? What does he see?
He missed a
All
nut.
he sees is just the nut. Everywhere he sees just the nut. That's why he is doing this all the time. Not only that he sees, but his body is doing this always, right? So here, how did he get that knee meter? Now look at it. This picture actually, you might think this picture is just a picture. What do you notice here? His eyes. What is in his eyes? The
Wheels.
gears and the bolts, right? So the same thing, if you meditate, you want to see what you focus on. Now, as a Buddhist meditator, we usually meditate on the color, usually the white circle. So that's what you all want to see, nothing else. That white circle that you're focusing on, nothing else, nothing else. So to the point that you open your eyes and everywhere you see those circles. Okay, now that is for any meditation. For example, if you do Anapana meditation, what are you supposed to visualize? When you practice Anapana meditation, what are you supposed to visualize? The body of the air, right? So normally we don't see our own body of our own air, but when you meditate, you should be able to see that. Now, that is difficult. Now, that's why when we start meditation, we usually start with this white circle meditation. Because white circle meditation, you can see it, and it's easy to practice. Once you get the practice, you look around and you will see those circles. Now, the same thing with the skeleton meditation. Now, I look at a skeleton, visualize it. Now, I take it to there. Now, I see skeletons. Now, I look at Skylar. I don't see Skylar anymore. I see Skylar's skeleton. I look at Kai. I see Kai's skeleton. Now, that's a skeletal meditation. Now, it's all come with this kind of practice. Okay, the knee meter. So, over here, even though this picture seems very simple, but actually, it's showing that what he is seeing is, he is not seeing the world anymore. He is seeing only the nuts and bolts, right? So gears. Oh, so now, so how do you know? So let me see. What does he see here? Does he see the lady? He does see the lady, but is that his focus? No, right?
On the buttons.
Remember, if you answer no to my question, does he see the lady? The answer should be yes. But is that, what is his focus? Is he focused on the whole lady? Now, let's look at the lady. What do you notice?
Her buttons.
You're not Charlie Chaplin, okay? Just let's say you see this lady outside. What would you notice as a normal person? Huh? So Kai said, oh, she is wearing a nice, or you can say weird hat, right? Okay, that's normal. Or what else? Oh, someone else might notice, oh, there's a necklace there, right? Someone else might notice, oh, she has a big boot, right? Yeah. Okay, so, all right, kind of notice the parts, right? So then someone else might notice the high heel there. Someone else might notice, oh, she has 4 buttons, right? That's all. But what is Charlie noticing? Charlie noticing the buttons, but does he see those as buttons? No, what does he see those as? Nuts. So what does he want to do? He wants to tighten it. That's why he chases after the lady, right? So now, if you notice, he was joking at her. And what did he see? He chased her first. What did he see in her? No, she has buttons at the back, right? In the movie,
There were
right?
like
So
not
he was
buttons.
chasing her not because he wanted to bully her, but he saw her buttons at the back. He wanted to tighten that. Okay, so if you keep on doing one thing at a time, you become so good, and wherever you look at it, that's all you see. Okay, so now that is the acquire sign. Because what is mean by acquire? Acquire means it's not there anymore, right? So if you look at a circle, if circle is right there, it's not you haven't acquired that yet. You look this way, there's no circle, but you still see that circle on that wall. That is the acquire sign. That is the Ogaha animated. Once that acquire sign becomes really bright, sparkling, to a point that your eyes started watering, there is the counterpart sign, the petit baga animated. Okay, because counterpart meaning it's very close to the first stage of jhana. That's why. Okay, now definitely he was at this stage, Ogaha animated, not here. Okay, now the other question. What is the difference between this his animator and that of a Buddhist meditator? What do you think? Don, did you understand?
Yeah, but like, why was he like pushing the gears and stuff?
Why was, okay. So because in 1935, when the technology started, okay, so people are required to do one text at a time. That's how we believed at the time that all you need to do is just one thing, nothing else. And an industry will have lines. Some process will take like 200 people. All you do is just put one nut. Now, it did happen in industry today. Like if you go to Japan, if you go to China, a lot of people will just do that today. Okay. If you keep on doing one thing, that's all you're seeing, because all you're looking at is that nut that you need to tighten. Okay. So because you're repeatedly doing it, that's all you see. All right. Now, what is the difference between his animator and that of a Buddhist meditator? Now, you as a meditator, okay, you meditate on a circle or a skeleton. What's the difference between the animator you get, whatever level it may be, whether that is Parikama or Ogaha or Petit Baga, and what's the difference between what he got? What do you think? How do you know that? Okay, so it depends on your intention, okay? Your intention of doing things. For example, if I play golf, okay? I focus on that little white ball. What's my intention? My intention is to hit that ball, and that ball has to go very far and in a good direction, right? So versus I'm just hitting the ball. Doesn't matter where it goes. Doesn't matter how it hits. Okay. Now, both of us see the same ball, but the difference is the goal, right? Now, the first person has a set goal. I want to hit the ball real good. That ball needs to go real far to the flag, to the hole. Versus the second guy, I'm just going to hit. Doesn't matter where it goes. It can go into the water, into the sand. I don't care. Into the trees. Okay. So as a Buddhist, even though the animator will be the same, the intention is different. You as a Buddhist, your intention is at one point you gain spiritual power and get liberated. Okay? And because of that direction and that focus, you get rid of negative energy. Now, do you think Charlie was getting rid of negative energy? No, he was just stressed. Now, when we meditate, what do we do first? Body standing meditation and relax, right? Was he relaxed? No, he was tense. His boss was yelling at him, do it, right? So he's tense, stressed. Do you think he'll get to a good direction? No. He'll be good at tightening. That's what he's doing all the time like this, right? So whereas when we meditate as Buddhists, okay, the power, that Nimitta will support you when you do higher level meditation. Now, if you start with this, now you know how to visualize the body of the air when you do Anapana meditation, then you gain that power, right? Now, that's why a lot of Buddhist meditation will start with the white column meditation. Okay? Then you can change that to Anapana meditation. You try to visualize that body of the air to a point that that body of the air become vivid, clear, bright to a point that your tears, your eyes water. Okay? So that is the difference. Okay? Let me give you another example. Let's say I go fish. How many of you have fish? You do. All right. Have you ever fished with a pole? Yeah. So when you have the pole, and if you're focusing whether the fish is actually hooking, eating the little worm down there and hooking it, what do you focus on? There's a little buoyant ball, right? When it starts shaking, you know that the fish is down there, right? So you are supposed to focus on that. So a lot of people do that. A lot of people in this country, they go fishing. Why? Is that because they're poor and they cannot buy fish? No. A lot of people, they actually, once they caught the fish, they took a little picture, put it on the Facebook, and they take it out and let it go. But why do they do that? For fun. What kind of fun are they getting? Not internet famous. Even they have been doing that all along, even before the time of Facebook or any social media. Now, a lot of people who fish, they will tell you that they feel peaceful whenever they go fish. Why? You're gonna go out into water. The ambience, you hear all these little birds singing, right? Sound of the water. Then they focus on that little ball or white, whatever that buoyant thing is, so that they know the moment that the fish grab that, they just pull it out. Okay? Now, they gain meditation, they gain focus. But is it a good focus? Is that a good Nimitta? They will see that all the time. But it is, their intention is wrong. Right? So that's the difference, because their intention is to catch the fish, right? Whether you kill that fish or not, at least that hook is going to the rod of the fish. It's very painful, right? So it's not a good intention, but a lot of people in this country, they like it, they love it. And they think, some people tell me that I go meditate. So I said, great, how do you meditate? By fishing. Oh, wait a minute. How do you meditate when you're fishing? Oh, well, I meditate on that little ball that is floating on the water. Okay, that's their meditation. Now, their meditation and our meditation is very different, right? They might say, what's the difference? It's the same thing. You focus on that white circle on the wall. I focus on that white ball on the water. And it's the same, right? They just don't understand. then I explained to them, hey, it's different. They don't accept. They just don't understand. Okay. I have a patient. So he has throat cancer. He came to me. Now, guess what? Of course, he's a prisoner of mine. He has tattooed all these fish hooks all over, everywhere. So I said, you must love fishing. Yeah, my father fished. He took me to fishing since I was very little. I fished my whole life. If I get out of prison, I'm going to go fish. So I asked, you're having radiation, chemo to that neck because he has cancer here, right? He had to have radiation. Very painful, right? So isn't this painful to go through this chemotherapy? He said, yes. Do you know why? So he said, yeah, because I have cancer. So I said, yes, but how did you get cancer? My luck. Oh, you believe in luck? I said, yeah, but you know, it can happen to me. But I'm happy now, I'm okay. So I said, you know, when you fish, those fish, they probably feel the same way as you do. And now you're having pain here with the radiation. But once you get out of prison, you're going to go fish again? I said, yeah, what's wrong with that? So he didn't see it because I don't want to tell him anymore, right? So I was telling him, somewhat telling him that, hey, no, this is likely your karma because you fished since you're little and you hooked all these fish and that gave them a lot of pain. Maybe that's the reason why you're going through this. Of course, I'm not 100% sure, but he just didn't get it, right? His focus is, I am going to get out of prison, I'm going to go fish, right? So my point is, some people will never get it, right? Some people think that, just like my officer friend, you're meditating, and I'm meditating. Well, the only difference is I listen to that little nice music. It's the same, right? You're focusing on that white ball, I'm focusing on that white ball, it's the same. It is not the same. So I want you to understand that's the difference between the nemator, right? Now, those guys will have nemator too, right? That's why they look around, they see fish or that white ball, right? So that's why when you fall in love with someone, right? If you're crazy, you will see the face of that girl or the boy. Is it good? Not really, right? Relatively compared to when you meditate. But it's also a nemator because your mind is so focused, right? Nobody has to tell you, visualize your boyfriend, visualize your boyfriend, visualize your boyfriend. But what does it tell you? The hormone inside you, right? Your inner energy is telling you to see that guy or that girl's image, okay? But meditation, of course, you're going to tell yourself, okay, I want to focus, okay? So you're going to put your attention to it, all right? So that's basically about the 3 levels of nemator, and Charlie Chaplin has taught us, but his nemator is not a good one, right? So the one that we do in meditation is Kudo nemator, right? What there is not. So what we're going to do is we're going to meditate for about 10 minutes on the circle until you see it, all right? I want to see to what level you get, all right? I don't expect you to get to the 3rd level because it's super difficult, but you should be able to get to the first fairly easy if you try hard. The second might happen to some of you, but if that doesn't happen, it's okay. All right. So let's meditate. Keep your meditation posture. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Keep your back straight. Okay. And focus on the circle. And close your eyes and try to visualize that circle in your mind. Focus. Focus on that circle. Now, if that white circles go away, open your eyes and look at it again. Then close your eyes and try to visualize that white circle. If your mind ever wanders, you definitely need to open your eyes again and look at the circle at least for a few seconds. Then close your eyes again. If your mind wanders or you move your body, definitely you are not focused. If you're well focused, you don't move your body. Of course, if you're dozing off, open your eyes, look at that circle again. Now, those of you who are really good at it, if you see that circle with your eyes closed continuously, then open your eyes and look at a wall, not the circle, and see if you see that circle on that wall. Now, if you don't, that's okay. Then close your eyes, try to visualize it again. Now, if that circle goes away, then look at that circle again in front of you and go through the same process. Now remember, you're not supposed to recite anything. Don't recite white circle, white circle, white circle, or white, white, white. Because Nimitta means visualizing it, seeing it, the sign. You're going to see the sign. For those of you who are seeing it, but it is not improving, if you feel like you're stuck at certain stage, you will want to open your eyes and look at it without blinking for a while, as much as you can, as long as you can. Then close your eyes. Very soon, you will notice at the rim of the white circle, things are moving, or shadows. Don't focus on that. That's normal if you see that. Keep your mind just focus on the white circle, not what you're seeing at the rim. You will see things at the rim. What will happen is, if you keep on focusing, focus on that white only, now that rim will become bright and brighter and brighter. Don't focus on that brightness, just focus on the white. Let the brightness be on its own. Okay. Try to visualize. If your circle go away, open your eyes. Or if you're stuck at a level, open your eyes and look at it without blinking, as long as you can. Okay, now open your eyes. All right. How many of you got to any stage? All right. Ricky, go ahead. Stage 2. All right. What did you see? So stage 2 is when you open your eyes,